Ebusia from Samsung will be a call about Shonko Persa by using Kwa TV. Say, na your first time I using Kwa TV. Let's also be subscribe to Kwa TV, like, comment, your comment section. So click on the notification button for more news updates. This year, no, akwako ye sembebre, ye mangane ma say na, Alan Kojo Martin. A big apology. Abrani MPP files. Abrano what MPP amano konim no. One and near donino or the a big apology. Abro mono. So say. Nami adoma on 2024 so mo dono said they no mo kasa mo dono dia so mo call polling stations via dia omo for vote no emma no because oyo no amu on society a party and our betty it is omo gidi so mo dono dia on 7th of December 2024 omo to aba emma wono Alan Kojo Martin akwako ye same bebre me person me celebrate no subscribe to Sunkwa TV, like, comment, your comment section. So click on the notification button for more news updates.
Incidentally, there must not be any argument about the pride of place of Kwame Nkrumah in our history. There should be no debate, no argument about that. We deserve the leaders that we get. You talk about the great transformational plan, they say it's too complicated. You want statements. Somebody talks about a statement. And is that policy? You vote him into power because of a statement. And he comes into power and is unable to deliver. And now you are up in arms against him. When you are voting for statements and sound bites. Have we come to this level in this country with all the great minds that we have? That we are not interested in substance, we just say something. I'm not going to do that. If that is going to cost me the presidency, hey, we are going to deal with substance going forward in this country. That is how the matured economies of this world are where they are because of substance. You are going to stabilize the city. How are you going to do it? How? And you just make a statement. I'm going to give mobile phones 1 city pay. Is that a policy? 24-hour economy. That everybody, there will be an opportunity to work 24 hours. Anyway, Ghanaians are saying that they want the substance behind these things. They want the substance behind these statements. Ghanaians are also worried that we've had a constitution for how many years now? Since 1992. And we are still living with this constitution. Again, it has to change. These reforms must come into being because it's part of the reason why we are not transforming, because of the lack of these constitutional reforms. Alan Martin, as president, will make sure that the reforms are implemented. Sorry? Oh, people voted for MPP because of me. Oh, I apologize to those people. Now vote for Alan to become president. It's not all lost. You voted for MPP because of me. But now MPP has disappointed all of us. So now bring your own person into power and then you will not be disappointed. But this leads us on to the last comment on how are we going to break through this monopoly of the NDC and NPP. I want to use this opportunity to tell you that the majority of Ghanaians have made up their mind that they don't want either NPP or the NDC. I'm sure most of you are aware of that. The unfortunate thing is that many of them seem to be suggesting that maybe they will not vote at all. But that is also no good for our democracy. So, what they are hoping is that Alan will say firmly that he's going to contest. That's all they are waiting for, because they've made it clear that they want a change. They are looking for an alternative. And they are hoping that Alan will make it clear. I'm making it clear today that Alan is going to contest to become the next president of the Republic of Ghana. And all the propaganda going round by some people within the MPP and those without, saying that Alan is going to go back to the MPP has no basis and no foundation. What is the basis of that? I'm contesting as an independent candidate who is going to bring the first government of national unity into being. So what is this talk about? Oh, they are trying to convince him to go to MPP. So let me clarify that once and for all. Alan is going to contest as a presidential candidate on his own merit. And I want this to be clarified. But to seal this matter, I've come from within MPP as a founding partner. I can tell you that MPP does not have more than 1 million committed registered voters. 1 million, they don't have it. All this talk about they have 47, 45, NDC has 45, they don't have any 45. They don't have it. The only reason why in the long run, when it comes to general election, they have either 6 million, 6.5, 6 million, is because the people of Ghana have no alternative. So when it comes to election, then they have to choose between one of them. That is how the numbers come up. But I can tell you that they don't have more than 1 million registered committed voters. All of them are waiting for the right alternative. And to validate what I'm saying, 2020, there were 17 million registered voters. 10 million of the 17 were aged between 18 and 35. Hello? 10 million out of the 17 million people who were registered voters in 2020 are aged between 18 to 35. These are the group of people who have lost faith in our democracy because the NDC and the MPP have not delivered any dividend to them. And these 10 million people, they are there. What would be the basis for them now to have confidence in either MPP or NDC? Does it make sense that after 32 years in power, these are 18 to 35. Some of them have finished school, 5 years, they don't have a job. And meanwhile, the NDC and MPP have not been able to convince them that they can do anything different. So the 10 million people are waiting for Alan to make a declaration that he's actually going to stand. And I'm standing because of the young people of this country. I've made it clear. It is a youth-led movement. It is a youth-led movement. I've already committed to the fact that 60% of my appointments, not ministers, all appointments will be between 22 to 45 years, or let's say 50 years. I've already made that commitment, and it's going to happen. My vice president will be a young person. And it will be clear, because me, I'm only a transition candidate. You see, the wisdom and the capacity and the grace that God has given me to serve President Kufuor and make him a celebrated president, that same wisdom and capacity and knowledge he has given me to make a difference in President Kufuor's government is the same grace that the Lord is providing to me to be able to lead Ghana. And so, for me, you watch what is going to happen. Because people are going around confusing people. Alan, he's a fine gentleman. He's the right person. But they will say that it's either NDC or NPP. It is not either NPP or NDC. It is not either NPP. Now the game is over. For the NPP and NDC. The game is over. The majority of the people know that there is nothing new that the NPP or NDC can offer. Right now, can you imagine that a new political organization, a new candidate contesting for president, has come out with a substantive, not manifesto, a plan that we are discussing? Two parties that have been in power, they are now struggling with their manifestos. And frankly, a lot of the things that I've been hearing them say, it's all a repackaging of what is in the GTP. Many of the things they are talking about, just repackaging what the GTP has said. And I say these things in all modesty, but don't let them confuse you. The majority of the people